It is June the 30th. This is part 2 of our pre-Wimbledon discussion, as we have followed now for about almost 2 weeks, not quite 2 weeks. This is our 25th show, and it's Saturday the 30th. The 30th of June. So we've been on a good ride, and we're going to keep riding this out until the end of Wimbledon. Again, if you didn't see the first part, we just did the women's entire draw and who we thought would do well in Wimbledon, including semifinals, quarterfinals, finals, and unseeded players and so forth. So we're going to jump right into the men's. And again, click a thumbs up because we're trying to pump ourselves up to keep doing this through the hard court season. And we really do it anyway inside the house. And if you would like us to keep sharing it with you, then hey, just click a thumbs up. The more we get, then maybe the better chance we have to keep up the frequency through the end of the year. All right, jumping right back into men's. So, I'm going to jump right into the top of the men's draw. Right in here. Here we go. All right, you ready?
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, ready.
Let's go. Federer is your number 1 seed. The closest seed he has in his little section, and we're going to go by 8-player sections where seeds will meet the closest seed and so forth. Federer is assuming he wins, and assuming Leonardo Meyer wins. Who? I mean, I know Leonardo Meyer, but all right. Anyway, so in Federer's 8th, we've got Federer, Louis Lacko, who's been a little hot. We've got a veteran Uzny, and then we have Leonardo Meyer.
You have Karlovic too.
Where do you got Karlovic? Oh, yeah. And you got Ivo Karlovic. The thing with Karlovic, if he doesn't serve big, if his serve's not off and popping, and he double faults, say, a dozen times, and he gives up a break or two, or one break per set, then he's done.
Pretty much.
So,
That's
I mean,
the story of his life, yes.
Serve clicks or it doesn't. I won't put my money on Karlovic, nor will I put my money on Federer not cruising into the 4th round here, or let's say 3rd round, until it gets a little bit more interesting, right?
I have Fed and also Leonardo Meyer meeting in the 3rd round. I don't see anybody doing any damage here to these two guys whatsoever. Easy cruising for Fed.
Yeah, Federer's got a smooth sailing at the beginning. Again, Uzny, Karlovic, and Meyer are no jokes, but I don't think Federer will have a problem in 5 sets, or best of 5 sets. All right, next section, we have the Frenchman Mannarino being your highest seed at number 22, and then we have Borna Coric, who I like a lot, that they can meet within 2 rounds. Well, actually, in this sense, they would meet in the 3rd round. Mannarino, I think, just came off a final in Turkey, I think, where he was the 1 seed. Not much competition there. I think he may have played Monfils in the semis there.
Right.
For me, Coric will meet Federer. Coric will meet Federer in the 4th round. I think Coric will roll through Daniil Medvedev, another kid that we've talked about, who I think has a future. I think Coric is younger than Medvedev, and Medvedev, as I remember, and Coric started at least on the men's tour, non-junior tour, around the same time. So I think Coric will move through Medvedev at the beginning and really have Ryan Harrison or Mannarino. I think Coric sails through to the 4th round and meets Federer.
Yeah, I don't see, Mannarino might have maybe a little match against. I have Harrison going to the 2nd round, but Mannarino should take care of that. And then maybe Coric will have a little challenge with Medvedev. I don't think so, but I mean, it's possible. I have Coric meeting Federer in the 4th round.
Coric may have a challenge with Medvedev in round 1. I hate to be non-humble, but I have won this Wimbledon head-to-head for the past 4 years in our home, and this year I have won the Australian, I have won the French, and I really want this Wimbledon. And I honestly am a little sketched out about the Coric-Medvedev match, because Medvedev is a good young player too. But I think Coric has some intensity behind beating Federer in this past tournament. So I'm going to take Coric here meeting Federer in the 4th round.
I agree with you. I think last year you won it against the group as well.
Yeah, well, I think I look.
Not just between you and I think you won it in the
Yeah, we do a
Grand Slam.
fantasy league thing. I think, and I may be wrong, but I know last year, and I think the year before, if not a couple in a row, and maybe Milo, backhand pass, whoever, can check that. But I think the last 3 or 4 I've won Wimbledon and then gotten utterly defeated in the rest within the scale of league play per se.
Yes.
But in my house against my wife and my 5 kids, well, at least 3 of 5 that are old enough to play. I've owned Wimbledon for five years at least. So I don't plan to lose here, but I'm making some iffy decisions. Good tournament. All right, enough about that. Let's get back into the draw. So the next section, we have Querrey, American, and then we have Gasquet that could meet in a potential 3rd round. In between Querrey and Coric, we have Gael Monfils that right off the bat meets Gasquet. That's tough for France. I mean, Gasquet, Monfils, anyone could win that. I hope Monfils wins that. No problem with you, Gasquet. I love you. You're a journeyman, but Monfils, I hope you win this match. I really do hope Monfils wins this match. I do.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, we got Querrey, right? I have Querrey going all the way past the 3rd round, and I remember Stachowski many years ago. I think
Stachowski, Russian player, I think.
Yeah, I think, didn't he beat Nadal?
That's a good question.
Several years ago, I think he did a big upset there. And Monfils and Gasquet, man, that's a tough match for the Frenchman. I think Gasquet will pull through on that one, just because he has the one-handed backhand. He's got the better game for Wimbledon.
Yeah, I agree. And there's a strong wind. We had a little thunderstorm that passed over us. I hope that you can hear us. I know I say this quite often in the videos, but sitting at this height with the wind blowing across the beach, maybe we can kind of scoot up because it just picked up pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the next section is Kohlschreiber and Anderson being the 2 highest seeds next to Gasquet and Querrey. So Kohlschreiber being your 25 seed, Anderson being your 8 seed, and Seppi is in between, and a big time unseeded player, Jens Muller, is in that section. So watch out for this section. Muller could win the dang thing.
Well, I mean, Kohlschreiber is the number 25th seed, right? He's got a tough match against Donskoy, and he could lose against Donskoy. I didn't put too much faith in Kohlschreiber this time, at all.
Yeah.
You know, and then you got next Muller against an American player. Muller's actually my unseeded player this year. I think he did.
Really, you picked Muller?
I did pick Muller.
Ooh.
That's my unseeded player. Last year, didn't he beat? Did he beat?
I think he beat Querrey.
I thought he went to the semis and lost to Chilik. I'm not sure. I have to do my research on that one.
No, Muller made it beat Wimbledon last year.
I think he made semis.
Didn't he beat Nadal last year? I may be wrong.
Yes,
on that.
he beat Nadal. He
I
beat
think-
Nadal,
yeah, I think-
and then he went on to the next round. I'm not sure if
And
he won or lost.
I think Chilich ended up beating Muller. And I may be wrong there. And maybe Federer had beaten Muller, but nonetheless, I think Muller made a good run last year. I think that's a great
And
pick.
it's his best.
I think that's a great
It's
pick.
his best surface. Muller only does well, in my opinion, at Wimbledon. Every year he makes noise there. As for Anderson, I liked him last year a lot, but I don't think he's going to make much noise this year. But still, I have Muller beating Anderson in the 3rd round, actually.
Watch out for Seppi here, veteran. I'm not a big Seppi huge fan, but I know he's a veteran and he hangs around sometimes. Watch out for Seppi. Seppi has given Federer the best of those in the game some tricky matches. So watch out for Seppi here.
How do you have your top looking?
Well, I have Federer going into the 4th round. Okay, I have Federer meeting Coric into the fourth round. I have Querrey and Monfils as a toss-up in the 3rd. I have Seppi maybe creeping into a 3rd round. I have Chilich, and believe it or not, a player that I watched as a junior at the 2007 U.S. Open, and he won the junior boys that year. And I want to say his first name is Ricardo or Richard, but last name Barranquez.
Oh, you're going below that.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm in the next schedule.
Well, here, but we're at the top. We still haven't mentioned.
Okay, so the top half anyway. Federer I have going into the 4th round. Coric, and then I have a toss-up between Querrey and Monfils.
I have Federer 4th round against Coric. Federer winning that, and then I have Querrey Muller. Querrey beating him.
Okay.
So I think that'll be the end of Muller right there. So it'll be a Federer and Query quarterfinals.
Look, I have to admit, Muller, we've been talking about, and how I even missed him is unbeknownst to me.
I don't know. Hey, that's my pick,
Look,
so you can't pick mine.
Look, I've got my team locked in, but her Muller pick,
and Muller could
incredible.
be Query too, so he could make it to the quarters.
And I'm rolling it at Kachanov because I had Kachanov. Look, that's a great pick. Great Muller pick. All right, we're going to keep moving forward. So in the next section, we have Marin Cilic with really some no-namers in between him and Krajanovic, who is a Serbian player. You do have Berankis, who I jumped ahead and I mentioned Berankis. Berankis is the junior I watched in 2007, promising. He played Jerzy Janowicz in the boys' finals at the U.S. Open in 2007, where Justin Hennon played Kuznetsov and Federer played Djokovic. That was a nice boys' final.
What happened to Janowicz?
I don't know. I'd love to hear what happened to Jerzy Janowicz. A mighty talented player. I don't know what happened. It's a tough game. But just for time reasons, we're going to push forward. But I do like Berankis as a potential unseeded player. Do I think he'll go to the third round? Maybe. But I wouldn't want to put Berankis over someone like Muller or like Kachanov. All right. So we're going to push forward. The next section, we have Lucas Pouille, who beat Nadal in an exhibition match on grass like today. Is it a big deal that he beat Nadal on grass at an exhibition?
No, it was like 7-5, 7-6. It was a tight match. I don't think Nadal was trying to put too much energy into that match. He was just trying to get a feel of the grass, in my opinion. Yeah, I totally agree. I know we disagree on a lot, but this one I agree with you very much so. I don't think Nadal's going to want to use so much energy on a grass court tournament that's an exhibition with no implication. Just like I think Sharapova got drilled in a grass tournament exhibition, didn't she? She did, yes.
So does it really matter? Or are they just trying to tune and show up and wear the latest outfit and, the teaser for the Wimbledon dress and the teaser for the Wimbledon shoes and the teaser for the Nike shirt or whatever it may be? I think it's all a tease. We tease thumbs up for U.S. Open. So I think we tease a lot of things to stay crisp, and I think that Sharapova and Nadal, these exhibition matches, were just trying to stay crisp. I guarantee you they never sprinted 100% to any ball on their respective court.
No, because you can get hurt too, especially on grass.
Especially on grass.
Yeah.
Good call. Definitely, she's right there. All right, so in the same section as
we're at Pouille.
So we're at Pouille. So we have Pouille that could face off against Raonic in the third round. In between Pouille and Raonic is Dennis Kudla, the young American, Millman, the strong Australian, and then Raonic, and everyone in between is either a qualifier, lucky loser, or a wild card. I think Pouille and Raonic will meet. I think Raonic beats Pouille here because of his serve. However, just like Anderson, just like Cilic, just like Karlovic, if Raonic's serve is not popping, he's not going to make it very far.
I agree with you, Justin. I've got Pouille and Raonic meeting in the third round. I don't see anybody stopping them. I mean, you got a few good players, Millman. You got Kudla, who could beat Pouille.
Young American. I mean, not young American, but he was a young American tennis player. Kudla still is an American tennis player, but went through juniors and had some good luck here. I think a semifinal in a tournament last week.
Right. I mean, he could, but I don't see it happening. And I've got Raonic meeting Cilic on the fourth round.
All right, moving forward to the next little eighth section of the draw, we have Isner. We have no one really in there that really makes a difference to me getting into the second week. Carreno Busta would be the closest seed for Isner. I'm going to leave that whole section of the draw alone. Whether it's Isner, Maiden, Johnson, Bemelins, Bedin, Norrie, Albert, Carreno Busta that makes it to the third round, it doesn't matter. I don't think any of that section is going to the fourth round.
Well, I think it's a good opportunity for some of these lower-ranked players to make a name for themselves. You got Johnson, who's going against Ruben Bellmans. He could win that round and possibly meet Isner and possibly beat Isner. I mean, and then you've got the young the Briton Norrie. I mean, he can make some noise. He's got a chance.
I think Clark is the young Briton. I think Norrie's been around a while.
Has he?
We'll have to check our homework.
Well, I mean, he can make some noise, and the crowd will be behind him. I mean, he could be Carreno.
We'll see.
But I agree with you. I hadn't touched that section either.
Yeah, no,
I don't have any of them.
Yeah, no,
I know one of my sons picked Carreno Busta, but I didn't want to go there.
Who picked him?
Jonathan had
Jonathan picked Carreno Busta?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, interesting. Last section of the top half, we have Tsitsipas being the 31 seed. Nice young player. I think he makes too many mistakes at the net. He tends to push volleys wide, push volleys long, push volleys up the middle of the court. Can't seem to quite finish it at the most important time, so I think he's still a little young to make noise here, especially in the best of 5 sets. Dimitrov hangs in his quarter or eighth rather. So I think if Tsitsipas and Dimitrov squared off in the third round, I think Dimitrov sails through. Dimitrov isn't a bad pick in this tournament, but unfortunately the likes of Cilic are in his forecast as well as Raonic. Dimitrov could really be a good pick here.
Also, he could lose in the first round. He's got another veteran, Wawrinka.
Wawrinka.
How can you forget about that? The reason why I never picked this time, I didn't pick Dimitrov just because he had to face Wawrinka in the first round, and that could mess up my whole bracket.
Oh, so we got Dimitrov facing Wawrinka in the first round of Wimbledon. Incredible match, incredible. Hence why we didn't pick Dimitrov, right?
Right. I just couldn't do it because Dimitrov, he just doesn't have it up here. I don't see that desire to want to get to that next step. And Wawrinka, who knows? When he's unstoppable.
I mean, Wawrinka's won 2 majors, right?
Right.
2 Australian and French.
Whereas Dimitrov has won none.
Nada.
So that's why I couldn't even look beyond that. I just can't. Tsitsipas he's got a good chance to make it to the third round.
I'm pulling for Stan the Man Wawrinka right here. Let's go, Stan. Let's get it done.
So who do you have in your bottom draw? And then facing off on that top.
All right, so I have Federer in the quarterfinals. I have, and I'm going to throw this out there even though I do not have him in my draw. Okay? I have Gilles Muller in the quarterfinals.
Oh, you changed your mind? Okay.
Okay? Okay? Gilles Muller. I have Cilic and Raonic. Or excuse me, I have Cilic. And this is where it gets a little tough for me, right? In the bottom half. Oh, I want to grab Dimitrov in this quarter. And I want to grab Wawrinka, but I'm going to say Dimitrov makes the quarter. But again, I don't have him on my fantasy team. I just don't have him on my fantasy team, and I'm not going to bet on that. I think Federer definitely makes the quarterfinals. I think Coric has a chance. I think Cilic definitely makes the quarterfinals. But then again, Raonic could as well. Isner, I just can't put my money there. And Dimitrov, I think, has a really good chance.
Well, I've got quarterfinals. Federer, Querrey facing off with Federer making it to the semis. And then I've got Cilic, Dimitrov, quarters. Even though I'm guessing on that Dimitrov, it could be somebody else there. With Cilic, it doesn't matter who Cilic faces on this side of the draw. He will make it to the semifinals. And I've actually got Cilic beating Federer to go to the finals.
Woo! I'm telling you, it's intense right here. Women's was real intense, but this is a really exciting tournament. I mean, really big time stuff right here. I mean, I can pull in Querrey. I can pull in Raonic. I mean, wow. Intense stuff. All right, bottom half of the draw. Top seed at the top half, or the top half of the bottom of the draw. We have Dominic Thiem. In between, we got some Baghdatis, some Ferrer, some Kachanov, good unseeded players. And then Verdasco, I think Thiem should win, but he doesn't favor grass very well. Ferrer's a seasoned veteran, but I like Kachanov here, the unseeded player, hence why I picked him. I also like Benito here as the veteran, so be careful with Benito, but I like Kachanov being the unseeded player that rolls through to maybe the third round of Wimbledon.
Well, I mean, I have Thiem actually going through, beating Kachanov, making it to the fourth round. You have Verdasco, that's your number 30th seed, playing Tiafoe. Poor Tiafoe. I don't think Tiafoe has a chance against Verdasco.
You think Tiafoe will lose to Verdasco?
I think he will. I think Verdasco is too strong for him. And, I mean, you've got quite a few players. I mean, Ferrer could beat Kachanov, too.
So this was a dilemma, and maybe you can comment and help me decide before I lock in this team on our respective site that we put these teams on. I've been talking about Kachanov for 2 weeks, 11 days, I think, to be exact, right? Kachanov, he looks good, he's fit, he's suitable for the grass, he's a big guy. He kind of reminds me of Del Potro a little bit in a way, in some weird way, and maybe their game is not even close to identical, but the size and the whole kind of look thing. So, all of a sudden, Kachanov draws David Ferrer. However, David Ferrer, Spanish gentleman that's been around a long time, has been around a long time. Seasoned veteran, won a lot of smaller tournaments. But Kachanov or Ferrer lost to Kukushkin tournament a week ago, like 6-2, 6-0, and I think Kachanov's a better player than Kukushkin. So to me, I think Kachanov should roll through Ferrer in that first round match.
Should, but it's a Grand Slam, so things could change. I mean, like I said, I have Verdasco and Thiem meeting in the third round with Thiem winning. But I didn't pick Thiem in my group though. I still didn't pick him.
All right, next section. This is a big section. We have Kyle Edmund, the #1 British player, the 21 seed, with the only people in between Edmund and Djokovic for a third round matchup would be Sandgren, Sugita. So you got some. I mean, let's just be real. We got some players in between them, but Edmund and Djokovic should meet in the third round, and that's a coin toss for me. But I think Djokovic wins that match, and Djokovic gets into the quarterfinals.
I have to disagree with you. I guess they'll meet in the third round, but I have Edmund beating Djokovic.
Huh?
Yeah, I think Edmund will. I think he will finally crack through a Grand Slam.
Wait a minute, you're talking a 13-time Grand Slam winner that's just now getting his fire back? You're going to tell me that young whippersnapper from England that just is so lucky
He'll
to be
have England behind him. Watch.
What is
Watch.
that?
He'll beat him. As a matter of fact, in case you want to know, I have Edmund going all the way to the semifinals.
What?
Yes.
Oh, man. All right, let's go talk to Tim Henman about this.
He doesn't play like Tim Henman.
Look.
But let's go.
Wait a minute, hold on. Look. Andy Murray is Edmund, is Tim Henman, but Tim Henman was a serve and volleyer. So let's be real.
Yeah.
I love Tim Henman. I like Tim Henman better than Murray or this kid. If Tim Henman could come back right now in like a 30-year-old body, I'd pick Henman.
Okay.
Go Henman. I like Henman. But look, I think that Edmund has zero shot against Djokovic. I think Djokovic beats him like 2-1 and 4.
Disagree.
Whatever. He's just a young buck.
And Joker's a Joker. I'm sorry. My husband puts on his.
I write Djokovic is Joker or dork. And she just read off. I put Joker. Anyway, Djokovic wins this, okay?
That's
right.
a terrible name for him, by the way.
All right, next section. We have the Kyrgios section. In between Kyrgios, actually, is a first-round match against Denis Istomin, good player. Bernard Tomic, his countryman, is sitting there.
He's a lucky loser.
Oh! We did a video that Bernard Tomic did not qualify for Wimbledon for the first time since 2009. He actually got a lucky loser. Let's go, Bernard! Totally rooting for you, bro. Beat Kyrgios, teach him that his old antics that he's pulling aren't old, or his new antics that he thinks are new are really just old. You've already been there and done that. You've already done the party scene. You've already done all that. You're ready. And you look calm. You look composed. I think Tomic meets Kyrgios. I think Kyrgios wins that match. So I have Kyrgios pushing through Tomic.
Well, you got Nishikori there too, Justin. Don't forget, Nishikori plays the American, the younger brother, Christian Harrison. But I think Nishikori will be a bit too much for him. Honestly, I think Kyrgios and Nishikori will meet in the third round with Kyrgios winning. Even though I hate to say that, I think Kyrgios will beat Nishikori.
Yeah, I think Nishikori has proven to be a good tennis player. He reminds me of a skateboarder. I mean, I don't know how you could understand what I'm trying to say, but I did a lot of skateboarding as a kid, and when you skateboard, you have that low center of gravity, and you got that muscle structure. You can really go off on a skateboard. So he's got like a skateboarder's build. You know, I see Nishikori with like a van sponsorship for a skateboarding company. I'm out on Nishikori. Let's just put it that way. I like him. He's a good player, but in my opinion, he'll never win a major. I have Kyrgios sailing all the way through, maybe to the quarterfinals, maybe to the semis, maybe even winning the whole tournament.
Disagree.
Next little section, we have Zuzmur Dzumhur. And then an Alexander Zverev. So we have a 27 seed and a 4 seed in that same little section with the Gulbis in between. Some Taylor Fritz, young American. I see the young Zverev rolling through to the 4th round to meet Kyrgios, and not even discussing really any matches between that section because we're just wasting time.
Yeah, me too. I have the same thing. Kyrgios and Zverev meeting, and I think Kyrgios will actually beat him. I think it'll be Kyrgios will be in the quarterfinals.
All right, so trying to pick it up, we're around 25 minutes. These cut off at 33 because of my old phone. We now have the next section: Del Potro, Shapovalov. In between, we have Feliciano Lopez, Benoit Pierre, Andy Murray, and Jeremy Chardy. What a section
and
there!
Shapovalov. Don't forget Shapovalov.
Woo! So we got Del Potro, Lopez, that's Feliciano, Benoit Pierre, Andy Murray, Chardy, and Shapovalov in one section. Personally, I have Del Potro rolling through that, and I have Shapovalov rolling through that, and it's a toss-up who wins that match.
Well, I mean, that's tough because if you think about it, look, it's Murray and Pierre. That's a tough match. I mean, I couldn't pick Murray as an unseeded because I'm not sure how he's doing health-wise. But I've got Shapovalov going all the way to the 3rd round with Delpo, and I have Del Potro actually beating him.
What a high-stakes section. That section has more drama in it than all the tournaments we've seen in the past two months.
It could turn out to be different on that bottom section.
Could. Keep your eyes out for that section. All right, moving forward, we have the section where Jack Sock. I don't even want to talk about the hopes for that guy. Much respect to you, but no shot. This whole section's off for me. Goffin being the closest seed. We got Ebden in between. Berrettini. I'm out. So that section of Sock, Berrettini, Simone, Bassovili, Ramos Vinolas, Stefan Robert, Matthew Ebden, and Goffin. It's irrelevant for moving forward.
It is. I mean, I have Goffin and Delpo meeting in the 4th round just because Goffin should win those matches. But Delpo should make it to his quarterfinals at Wimbledon.
Yeah, Goffin should sail through here. Agreed, totally. Goffin is the only person I would even study for that. Next section, Schwartzman at number 14, the little short guy from Argentina, if I remember correctly, and Fabio Fognini, the 19 seed, and in between another subpar crew. Dolgopolov, the Ukrainian, is in there. She used to think he would be number 1 in the world. That never happened, by the way.
Yes,
now she thinks Shapovalov will be. I still think that won't happen. Shapovalov, Dolgopolov, she likes the OB stuff. You heard? All right, so we're going to forget about all that, though, because we're going to run out of time. But that's another section that's off for me. Below that section, are we agreeing with that?
I agree. I think Schwartz should pull through that, even though one of my kids are having issues picking Schwartz or Fognini. I wouldn't worry about that side too much.
Yeah, I totally agree. So the last section involves Cecchinato, the French Open semifinalist. Not a big deal on grass for me. A couple other no-namers, Kukushkin, Sela, and then boom, Nadal.
You got Misha too.
Misha Zverev's in there, and I think Misha Zverev has actually beat Nadal before. I know Nadal has just lost an exhibition match. I know that Nadal says, and I quote, "I don't know how much I expect out of this Wimbledon. I'm not playing very well," or whatever the exact quote was, and maybe that wasn't the exact quote, but it read the same. He's not too certain. I think it's all hype. I think Nadal sails through to a quarterfinal and faces off against Del Potro or Shapovalov.
I totally agree with you. I have a Nadal-Delpo quarterfinals with Nadal winning. So who do you have as your top? Who do you have as your picks, or do you want to discuss?
So let's just do a quick quarterfinal forecast. I think we still got about 4 minutes, so that means we got to kind of rip through it. Quarterfinals, again, I think at the top that the Federers has to be in there. I'm going to go ahead and put in my other quarter, well, see, here's my toss-up. Federer and Coric are strong. I got to go with Federer there. So below here, my choices are basically Querrey. So I'm going to put Querrey in a quarterfinal, even though I'm not picking him. So Federer, Querrey, 1 quarterfinal. Cilic and Dimitrov, even though I wouldn't pick Dimitrov, in another quarterfinal. I'm going to put Djokovic, but watch out for Benito and watch out for Kachanov. But I'm going to put Djokovic in a quarterfinal against Kyrgios. I'm going to put Del Potro against Nadal, where Nadal will get his first real test. And I think Del Potro can beat him on grass. And then I have this is the toss-up, Djokovic or Kyrgios playing either Del Potro or Nadal. I think I'm going to go ahead and lock it in that I'm going to take Kyrgios to beat Djokovic, and I'm going to take Del Potro to beat Nadal. other half, and I'm gonna do this quick. And then that was it, right?
Yeah.
I got it in, right?
Well, I have honestly. What are your finals? I didn't hear.
Oh, so sorry. So my semifinal would be Federer against Cilic, with Cilic beating Federer. I hate to say it, but I just think he's vulnerable. Cilic goes to the final. I have Kyrgios beating Nadal and goes to the final.
Well, I thought you had Delpo beating Nadal. I thought you said Delpo's going to beat Nadal.
Yeah, Kyrgios beats Del Potro, yes. Thank
That's
you.
why you got to write it down.
Yeah, I guess I'm excited about this one. So I have Kyrgios beating Del Potro and going to the final. So I've got a Kyrgios-Cilic final with Cilic winning it.
Well, I've got a Federer-Cilic semis and Cilic winning that, and Edmund-Nadal semis with Nadal winning. I actually have Nadal winning Wimbledon this year. So I guess we're not looking at the same thing.
All right, so the fantasy teams, real quick, we're going to run them down. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, my 8 players: Federer, Del Potro, Djokovic, Cilic, Kyrgios, Pui, Koric, and Kachanov, with a Cilic Kyrgios final and Cilic winning it.
Well, I have Nadal, Federer, Delpo, Cilic, Query, Edmund, Shapovalov, and Muller. I have a Nadal, Cilic final, and Nadal winning.
Well, now you have it. So both men's and women's videos have been done. Thanks for keeping up
But
with
I want
it.
to see Nadal and Federer play again.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I want to see him play one more time at Wimbledon.
I don't think it's going to happen. If Nadal and Federer play, that would be epic. But it would be so transparent in terms of setup.
No.
Like set up by sponsors. Or,
I doubt that.
I mean, come on. They're not... Federer's vulnerable. He went 3 sets with...
It can happen. It can happen.
Pierre. He went 3 sets with freaking Misha Zverev.
It can happen.
Nadal's like just got... come on, man.
It could happen.
That would be too forecasted. I think it'll be Cilic, Kyrgios, something a little new, and I think Cilic is seasoned now, and he's going to win this tournament.
Okay.
Okay? Thanks for watching. Click a like below, subscribe below. We enjoy doing this. We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is our Sunday show.
Doesn't it start tomorrow?
No, I think it starts Monday, but we'll do, some exciting ramp up to it. We'll figure something out, all right? Until tomorrow, see you later.
Bye-bye.
Oh, as she always
Adios,
says...
adios.
Adios, yeah. Oh, we still got time to do it right. So here...